minus 99,150. That's your number.
1.923.
No, why not?
Because that's including capital fund.
How was the
Oh, you don't
graduation?
include the capital fund?
It was good.
Oh, so it's only the
Like business.
300
I think there's about
389,618. That's the
We
township.
fit all. They had all the people presenting
Okay.
the awards plus the grads on
Yeah.
stage.
Okay.
Did you see something
Really?
earlier?
That's
Yeah.
different, isn't it?
Yeah, well, there was enough room. Usually there's not. There's way more. I mean, when I graduated,
I've never
was
been there
probably-
where the kids were on stage, never.
No, because there was never enough room. There was probably last year they had
I got stuff
they had
everywhere.
them on stage
It's
as
your
well,
copy.
and
You
no,
want- you can
not
keep that if you
people presenting awards.
Yeah, but it's down
And
below.
so they switched those.
You want to keep this?
This year is both.
Sorry, guys.
So they
I don't speak Czech.
Oh, that's
For
for
candidate.
candidate. That's good.
we would have advised people to walk.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, they're taking long. We can do it, man. Good.
that's
Your
good.
stuff up. Oh, yeah, all
We'll
your
make note of
notes.
that.
Short council
All right,
meeting
sorry,
tonight.
guys.
Thanks, Frank.
Okay. Okay, good evening and welcome to council Monday, June 27th, 2016. Very sorry about the delay. We're just finishing up with the auditor's report and we just had a couple little minutes there to finish that up. So sorry for delay for the residents at home watching. But we'll get right into our meeting as usual. Municipal Safety Share, Councillor Zingra, want to share this with us?
Sure. So today's safety share is summer safety tips for drivers and parents now that school's out. So as the end of the summer school year approaches, we're reminding drivers and parents about the importance of keeping kids safe during the last week of school and throughout the summer months. So school is out now, so this is very important to keep in mind. Kids will be excited and may not be thinking about their personal safety, so drivers need to be extra cautious in looking for child pedestrians during the summer. Parents can help by reminding their children about staying safe on the roads. So some tips for drivers is during those last few days of school, be aware that kids may arrive or leaving school at different times throughout the day. The last week of school is an exciting time for children and they may become preoccupied and forget the rules of the road. So use extra caution when driving in the school zones. Remember that playground speed limits remain in effect year-round. Observe carefully when driving around playgrounds and parks. Small children are less predictable and harder to see than adults. Watch for clues. A hockey net or a ball can mean kids are playing nearby, and pay attention and always anticipate the unexpected. Always watch for children as you're backing up and walk around your vehicle to make sure no small kids are behind it. Some tips for parents. Focus on the basics. Teach your children to make eye contact with the driver before they cross, even if the walk signal is on. Remind them to walk, don't run across the road. To stop, look and listen before crossing the street. Don't jaywalk. Teach your children to cross at intersections that have a marked crosswalk or a pedestrian crossing light. Obviously, we don't have that here, but when walking with your child, avoid unnecessary shortcuts like walking through a parking lot. Drivers may not see children between parked cars, and the children may not see the cars moving. And have a safe and happy summer.
Great, thanks for that. Okay, I'll ask for any additions or deletions to the agenda this evening.
Your worship, item 8A, CAO report will be deferred until the July meeting.
Okay. And is there an motion for the auditor's report that's going to be added on to that?
It's under new
It's
business.
in the package?
Number 14.
Okay. Anything else? Hearing none. I have a motion here that council hereby accepts the agenda for Monday, June 27, 2016, the regular meeting of council as circulated or amended. Moved by Councillor Fox and Gingrah. Any questions? Hearing none, I'll call a question. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay, any disclosure of interest on any of the items? No. Hearing none. I do have a motion here that council hereby adopts the minutes of the regular meeting of council held on Monday, June 13, 2016. The closed meeting of council was held on Monday, June 20th, 2016, as circulated minute. Moved by Councillor Gingrah, second by Councillor Fox. Any questions on any of those? Hearing none, I'll call a question. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay, this evening we have delegation, as always, we'd like to share with our Economic Development Corporation, and ask the Chairperson Joy Bott and the Manager Bob Hancher to come down and give us an update in regards to the work that the Economic Development Corporation is doing here in Marathon. Good evening, Joy. Bob?
Good evening. Mayor Dumas and members of council, I want to thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to bring to you some information from the Marathon Economic Development Corporation. I've come tonight to present the report of the activities of the MEDC to you, the shareholders of the corporation, as outlined in our protocol agreement with the town of Marathon and as approved at our annual general meeting that was held June 14th, 2016. Our vision statement, looking to the future, states, Marathon is a strong, resource-based community with a prosperous economy, rich cultural and natural heritage, and the capacity and the leadership to enhance and sustain a high quality of life. Marathon is a proud and progressive model community that supports enterprises, institutions, and entrepreneurs. So you'll see in our full report, which I believe you all have before you, that in our 6 economic themes, that's the yardstick by which we measure our role in this community, that we work with the understanding that this vision can and will be met and lived out in lots of different ways. We continue to work with all 6 themes: forestry, mining, tourism, transportation, energy, education, partnership building, and agriculture. Of course, there are times when some of these themes weigh heavily on our time and energy, while others seem to move into the background. Economic development, as I've said lots of times before, must remain flexible in order to meet the demands of the community and business within the community. Saying that, we are always aware that we are responsible to all sectors and must not let something slip away because something else happens to demand our time. At every meeting, the report of our general manager looks at the work done since the last meeting in each and every one of those 6 areas. 2015 seemed to focus particularly on partnership building with Birkebeek Nishnabek, with Marathon's Chamber of Commerce, with Trails organizations, with government partners, with others that are interested and much more knowledgeable than we in the area of biomass, on forestry and its varied possibilities, and on energy and on tourism. It's important to gather statistics that keep us accountable. You have the key performance indicators in your material, and I hope you noted that we've exceeded the expectations in the terms of statistics in the many areas that are contact with people particularly. We probably need to say that it isn't because our office decided to make those numbers big in that area. Those are natural contacts and deliveries that any well-oiled economic development office should be making, and ours does. It's important that while we work on some specific projects, we don't forget that it's in the everyday connection with businesses, with entrepreneurs, with our neighbors and companies that might do business with us. I like to call them those chats with Bob that bring us our successes in the future. The Board of Directors in 2015, that would be myself, Christina Burke, Margaret Cousins, Mayor Rick Dumas, George Macy, Don McKay, and Nicole Richmond. That's a group of people who are really committed to the economic development of our community. And I think that anybody who comes to our meetings would agree that discussions are keen and questions keep the meeting lively. I know I go home from each meeting excited about Marathon and our possibilities. And I want to thank our Secretary Treasurer for the work that he does with us, keeping us on our toes as to exactly what wording we need to have, when we need to make motions and do things. So thanks very much. Our staff.
Madam Chair, for the public's viewing at home, that's our Treasurer, Chuck Verbo.
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
Our staff, Bob Hanchero is General Manager, and Andrew Wong, our just recently joined us Assistant in 2016. They continue to be very busy. Sometimes I'm amazed at their ability to keep themselves on track, completing projects, offering assistance, and always looking for new opportunities for Marathon to grow. Lastly, I just want to say thank you for your support. We appreciate the questions, we appreciate the challenges, we appreciate the smiles and the thank yous. It really helps us focus on what will really keep our community's economic base and the quality of life balanced. And we would be happy to entertain any questions. I think you have the full report in front of you, so you can see.
Well, thank you very much for that, and I'll ask Council if they have any questions of Joy or Bob. I'd like to take the opportunity to say a few things in regards to the Economic Development Corporation. As the public might be aware of, it's not always every day you get wins in regards to economic development, but the very things like grants and working with the Trans-Canada Trail Group and the Group of Seven. Did you see theirs coming up this Thursday with Steve Martin on CBC, a special talking about Lauren Harris, and I'm hoping he's going to mention our region within that story. I'll be looking forward to it. So it's those kind of wins that we're getting slowly there, but I think we got some exciting things on, and I'd say on the back burners. Hopefully that they'll move to the front burners and get our community back on track economically. And so I want to take the opportunity to thank the board, yourself, Joy, the chairperson, all the members you mentioned, and of course our general manager Bob for a good year for 2016 going forward. Hopefully some good things happen over the next few months in regards to our Economic Development Corporation in Marathon.
Thank you.
Thank you for that report, and thanks for coming out this evening. Have a good night. Okay, up next, we have a motion here, the report of a new member to our Economic Development Corporation Board. The council hereby accepts the attached board and recommendation on the appointment of the committee, and further that the appointment to the Marathon Economic Development Corporation Board of Neil McDonald be approved as presented, and Neil's position will be there for a 3-year term starting the day of appointment today, June 27th. Moved by Councillor Fox, second by Councillor Zingra. Any questions of that appointment? And just for the public at home's information, Neil comes to us via the Nawingo-Gokima Forest Corporation, so it's a good fit for the corporation. It brings us back into the forestry sector. So we look forward to working with Neil. He came to the last meeting. He's excited about sitting on the board, and we're good and glad to have Neil. So with that being said, I'll call a question. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. And thank you, Neil. Okay. Up next, we have administration report and reports on 2016 tax policy decisions, opting out and capping. Chuck? The very thing we were talking about just earlier about all the confusion comes forward.
The province's
Good evening.
temporary measure is finally over. With property tax reform in 1998, the province introduced the capping program to limit property tax increases due to reassessment. In 2015, there were only 3 properties still subject to the capping calcs. 2 were capped and 1 was being clawed back. In 2016, the province has provided more options to phase out capping. If there were no properties in a tax class currently subject to capping, the municipality can opt out immediately. Both the multi-residential class and the industrial class meets this criteria. The options for the commercial class have been enhanced to limit tax increases to 10% of last year's annualized tax, 10% of last year's taxes if based on current value assessment, and if adjusted taxes are within $500 of their current value assessment taxes will be based on current value assessment. There are 2 properties for which the tax limits have been eliminated in 2016. They will be paying taxes on their current value assessment. So the options are to adopt bylaw 1876 and approve a capping program that move closer to current value assessment in the commercial tax class and opts out the multi-residential and industrial classes from that program. Or you can change the option the capping options as per your discretion. Administration recommends option A be adopted and that a capping program be designed to move properties closer to current value assessment.
Thank you for that report. I do have a motion here in front of me that council hereby accepts the attached report of 2016 tax policy decisions and that the appropriate bylaw be adopted and the capping program be designated to move properties closer to the current value assessment. And further, that administration recommends that the town opts out of the multi-residential and industrial classes from this program. Moved by Councillor Gingras, second by Councillor Fox. Questions of Chuck?
No, I don't have any.
Nope.
Okay. And with all that being said, I'll call a question. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Thanks for that report, Chuck. Okay. I got a report on the, motion on the check runs. That the following check runs for May 2016 be approved for payment accounts payable of $479,564.34 and payroll in the amount of $138,601.64. Moved by Councillor Fox, second by Councillor Gingras. Any questions on that? No. On those check runs? Call a question. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay. Bylaw. I have a motion here on the bylaw number 1876 being a bylaw to adopt the municipal options related to the Part 9 of the Municipal Act 2001 limitation of tax on certain property classes will be read a first and second time this 27th day of June 2016. Moved by Councillor Gingras, second by Councillor Fox. Any questions on that motion or bylaw? Call question. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. And of course, third reading of that bylaw, and that bylaw number 1876 be read a third time and finally passed this 27th day of June 2016. Moved by Councillor Fox, second by Councillor Gingras. Any questions on that?
No.
Call question. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay, under 14, the motion be presented in regards to the 2015 municipal audit. That council hereby accepts the attached report and 2015 financial statements as presented by Grant Thornton on June 27, 2016, which was prior to our council meeting this evening. Moved by Councillor Fox, second by Councillor Gingras. Any questions of that motion?
Right here, Rick.
Councillor Fox?
Just more or less a comment, in future years, let's move it up a half an hour.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I think I had a discussion with Daryl that we'd probably go 5:30 till 7, gives you that half an hour.
Wow,
So
there's
there-
more room for questions.
Absolutely. So we'll plan in the future for that little extra cushion. And we did have the opportunity to come in earlier, just none of us could make it. So if we schedule it for that time, we'll have that specific time of meeting. Okay, good. Thank you for that. So with that being said, I'll call a question. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. And thanks for Frank coming down and giving an overview with our administration and, of course, council. Okay, I have another motion here that council hereby takes the opportunity after that financial presentation this evening. The council hereby authorizes administration to transfer the 2015 operating surplus in the amount of $389,618 to reserves for the acquisition of capital assets. So go into our working capital fund, capital reserve fund.
Correct.
Okay. Moved by Councillor Gingras, second by Councillor Fox. And any questions on that?
No.
Hearing none, I'll call a question. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay, that was a short and quick meeting, and prior to our adjournment of this meeting tonight, obviously this weekend's coming up is Canada's 149th birthday. Jesse Ferguson and Sue Moran is working on some great activities out at Penn Lake. I think all of our residents are typically out there. We have a great fireworks program set up for Friday night. Also a bunch of activities at the park itself. So I encourage all residents to come out. Mr. Hishka, our Works and Operations Manager, indicated that the contractor will be shut down as of June 30th, the evening of June 30th, so there'll be no activity construction-wise on the road for those 4 days over the holiday. So Friday, the July 1st day will be fine. There'll be no flag peoples on that road. Just take care. There's probably be a lot of it chewed up by that time, I would imagine, and torn up and just graveled. So take care there. And we encourage everybody to come on out to the park. Hopefully it's a nice, sunny, hot day. I haven't checked the weather report for that day, but is it raining?
early. It's too
Oh,
early.
it's too early.
So on that note, Your Worship, that's a good point.
Yep.
It is too early to say if we're going to have good weather that day. But in the event we have inclement weather,
Okay.
I encourage residents to pay attention to CFNO. We'll have the announcements on there on things like rescheduling. and-
Okay, good.
and
So
fireworks.
that's great. Good to hear that. So just encourage everybody to come on out either Friday. Hopefully it's nice and sunny, or stay tuned to CFNO in regards to that. If there's a change in time or venue. It won't be a venue, sorry, it'll be Pan Lake still, but time. Okay, so prior to closing the meeting, we will be going to an in-camera session, and we'll be discussing personal matters about an identifiable individual, as well as including municipal and local boards, as a proposed pending acquisition of disposition of land in municipality and local board. So that'll be directly following this public meeting. So with that being said, I get Councillor Fox and Councillor Gingra. We do now adjourn at the hour of 7:31 PM. Thank you and have a good night.